course, Willie Nelson is trash. I went to his museum on our honeymoon with my husband. Back to that in a minute. Honestly, I'd rather show you this ridiculous museum. I thought of this today because this was in the LA Times. Apparently, he's got like a documentary out. Just like pretty much every man in Hollywood at this point, every famous singer, every famous man, and maybe just most men, might even go as far as to say that, he's trash! And by that I mean just like doesn't respect women. Thinks he does. So I haven't seen the documentary yet, but they were like, oh, this documentary is kind of crazy. Also, the fact that he didn't want to pay his taxes tells you a lot about Willie Nelson. Old white man from the South doesn't want to pay his taxes. Like, people have legit reason to not want to pay our taxes, especially given what our government's doing right now. But like, dude, he also refused to file bankruptcy to the point where there was a home raid and a shootout with his daughter's ex-husband. I don't know what that's about. I just had to include that because it's fun. But look at this. His wife found out that he had an affair when she got a hospital bill. It exposed his years-long affair with this producer lady. It was back when he was still married to his second wife. And so his wife gets this bill that for a baby that's born to Miss Connie Nelson. She was like, who the hell's Connie Nelson? Well, the truth is Connie has been my girlfriend for several years before becoming pregnant. But before this bill came to come, this woman was completely unaware her husband had been having an affair. It's like so many of these dudes in Hollywood. He's had 8 children. I tell y'all, men just love to have a lot of children that they never intend to raise. 8! He's been married 4 times. And of course, he's a cheater. He wed his first wife in 1952 and left her for another wife. Then he divorced his other wife and married the new one that he was also, I guess, cheating with. Divorced her after meeting the... Come on, I can't even keep up. I'm so confused. But he's been with this one for this long. Okay, but listen to what he said. Nelson admits having regrets about how he treated past partners, but still says he cherishes them all. Okay, look at this nonsense. Fork you, Willie. I've always said there's no such thing as a former wife. I wonder if your former wives think that. Once in your life, a wife never leaves. That's the problem. Oh, God. I regret the pain I caused. I always say this crap. I had no excuses. I'd be hard-pressed to define love. I know God's love is pure, but worldly love is flawed love, and lots of times confused love. When it came to romance, I had a gift of complicating things. Oh my God. God's love is pure, but me, an imperfect man, I complicate things. By complicate, you mean you screw over, you lie, you cheat. You probably steal from them too. We know you steal from the government because you won't pay taxes. Like, I always thought this dude was like cool, you know? He's just like, you know? No, this dude sucks. Every time we find out, no matter how cool some of these men are, they still treat women like crap. Any woman who's ever dated a progressive man, a self-proclaimed feminist, knows that's all crap. The fact that like Willie is a national treasure. Okay, don't compare Willie to Dolly Parton, although Dolly's got some problems too. Look, I'm from Nashville. I love Dolly. I drove by her house all the time. My dad went to high school with her husband. I kid you not. This is him. He was voted funniest. He signed my dad's yearbook. This is literally my dad's yearbook, and this is Dolly Parton's husband. See how my ADHD brain is working right now. Focus, Melanie. But look at this. Willie has opened his life to us, warts and all. And to serve as a beacon to overcoming failure, realizing dreams, and keeping your compass once the dream is achieved. That's not the message I get from this man. He sounds, while very talented, maybe cool, sounds like an entitled man. An entitled white man. He just does what he wants, marries who he wants, has as many kids as he wants, but doesn't take responsibility for many things. But okay, say he's a beacon of overcoming failure and realizing his dreams. Y'all see how the way they frame men. Okay, so back to the Willie Nelson Museum. I was just going through these pictures this morning of, stuff that you find at the Willie Nelson Museum, which is right next to Cooter's Garage. This is literally Willie Nelson Museum here. This is Nashville. When I go home to Nashville, I like to do random crap. But Cooter's Garage, from Cooter's like the loser from Dukes of Hazzard. He's also super racist. I totally forgot. I actually wrote an article about that for the Daily Beast. This is a really funny article. Well, I think it is, at least. I was going through these photos of me at Willy Nelson Museum or whatever, because I've been more than once, y'all. And all the things you find there. And I was playing this video. They have a Zoltar machine with Willie. And I was playing this video. And Anthony was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I was like, wait, what? I totally forgot I took my husband to this museum on our honeymoon. Like, we went all over the United States visiting, like, all the places that I've lived and meeting my family and meeting my friends. And this is when we were in Nashville. The reason why we were in the neighborhood is because I was at the dentist getting, like, a cavity removed. And my husband was shocked that at the dentist they have Bibles. Afterwards, I was like, my mom was with us. I was like, can we stop by Cooter's? I gotta show Anthony Cooter's museum. So we got a picture next to this. So any people who are not from the U.S. or maybe even not from my generation, this is the Dukes of Hazzard. Legendary show. Got a picture next to Bo and Luke Duke. Some cowboy hats. By the way, I took him to the Parthenon while we were at it, which was also very confusing for him. He's like, why is this here? I'm like, that's a good question. But, okay, I've been to this Zoltar machine. Willie's advice in this Zoltar machine, I don't know if it's supposed to be advice or like predicting the future, but it's really neither. His advice is terrible. So before I conclude this random video, lots of things kind of related, but absolutely not. I also want to point out that this picture was taken allegedly of Dolly and Willie riding around Dollyland, smoking, and people are like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I really appreciated this tweet right here. Rich people openly doing the same that the state destroyed my life over. Awesome. Dolly Parton could have it fully legalized in Tennessee with a few moves if she wanted to, but nah, it's cool to play both sides as long as it's only the poor's getting hemmed up, I reckon. I would actually add as somebody who went to kid jail for weed, got a second chance because I'm white. It's not white people that have really, anyway. Our lives aren't ruined nearly as much as the black community in Tennessee and the United States in general. Just saying. Okay, so this is the Willy Nelson machine. Zoltar. That's Anthony.
Hey there, this here's Nelson. It must be your lucky day because I have some words of wisdom for you. Listen up now. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. Yep, that's right. It's a whole lot better to say just a little bit of something positive than to say too much of the negative, which you had. You know what I'm saying? Stick around. I've got lots more to say to you. All right.
Give me another $1.
He literally just said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Brilliant, Willie. Thanks. It's coming from a guy who's like, yeah, I love is pure. I'm just not a perfect man. Yeah, of course he doesn't like criticism. Okay, I want to show you one more and then I'm done.
Willie Nelson here. I like myself better when I'm writing regularly. Of course, when you're this age, you're happy to be doing anything regularly. Stick around. I've got some words of wisdom I've written that you got to hear.
And then he gives you nothing.
Oh, that one sucked.
I'm giving this machine too much money.
Take this word of advice from Willie Nelson. There are more serious problems in the world than financial ones, and I've had a lot of those. I've been broke before, and I will be again. But through it all, I've learned some great truth. Stick around to listen to more. I'm full of it.
You're full of it. All of it means nothing. Oh, you don't pay taxes, bro. Look, I'm not trying to cancel Willie, okay? But, I think people, give him way too much credit just because he, smokes. In my mind, I don't care what you do. If you still treat women like crap, you suck. You suck. And you're trash.